Hey y'all, it's Mary with Stamps-N-Lingers, and it is Saturday night at 7 o'clock, which means it's time for a Facebook video. I'm just going to get over here and be sure that I'm actually transmitillating. It looks like I am. I see shadows moving on my screen. That means I'm doing something. Alright, so here is the card that I gave you a sneak peek of this morning, and it uses what is a very cool card. Stamp set, I'm sorry, from the July to December mini catalog. It's called Strong of Heart. Hey, Amy. Hi, Carol. Carol, you made it. Yay! I'm so glad it finally worked for you. Hey, Brooke. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Faith. Hi, Mary. Good for you making it to another live. I appreciate that. Hey, Debbie. I know, Carol, I'm happy for you. Hey, Sylvia. Hey, Denise. All right, so this is the Strong of Heart set. It is on the very first pages or two of your mini catalog if you have gotten that in the mail already. And what's cool about it is that for every stamp set, every one of these sets sold during the catalog period, Stampin' Up! Is going to donate some money to an organization that supports heart health. So that's kind of cool. As we get older, we become much more in tune to heart health, right? But it's also just a really cool stamp set. I love this image. It's the one I've used today, and it has some really good kind of encouraging sentiments. So you've got "You amaze me," "Stronger than you know," and "Through struggle comes strength." In addition to, of course, "Here for you." So it's a great set for somebody who's going through a hard time and just needs to know you're sticking with them. And I've also used tasteful labels, and we'll get with that soon. What I did let you get an idea of this morning is that this is a bit of a take on one of my favorite folds, which is an easel fold. If you've been following me for any length of time, you know I do love an easel. And when I heard there was a thing called a reverse easel, I said, oh, yes, please. And so I looked around, and I did find a YouTube video out on, YouTube, from Sam Calcott in the UK. And I watched her video for a little bit, and then I worked the measurements for American sizes, and this is what I came up with. So you have an easel card like so, and it sits up very nicely when it's not being tipped over for the camera. What you can see is the reason it's a reverse easel is normally this flap would be folded the other direction, so it's reverse. Then on the back, I've added another sentiment and some of the Pattern Party DSP, which is the DSP that I've used on this set. So let's go ahead and show you how to do this. It's really, really easy. Most easel cards are. What's cool about easel cards is it's like making, sugar cookies from a slice it and cut it roll, and then you poof a little bit of flour on your face, and everybody's so impressed with your baking prowess. Well, this is how an easel card is. Really, really easy. Looks awesome and amazing, and everybody's like, ooh, ah. Okay, so there we go. So let's go ahead and get started. You'll be glad to know I've done some coloring ahead of time for you, because otherwise you'll be sitting here watching me color until the cows come home, and the cows are off in the field somewhere. No, I don't have any cows. Okay, so for a regular A2 size card to fit in a medium envelope, we're going to start with a 5.5 by 8.5 inch piece of cardstock, and we're going to score it one time at 4 1/4, still pretty normal, right? And then we're going to just split the difference. So we're going to score at 2 1/8. And oh, by the way, that's it. That's all there is to this highly technical and complicated card. Hey, Julie. Hi, Patty Joe. Appreciate you joining. Hello, Connie. Appreciate it. Alrighty, so now we're going to go ahead and we'll just fold and get out our handy bone folder and crease. Now, if this was a regular easel card, you would fold this middle fold forward, but it's not, it's a reverse. So we're going to reverse the fold. See how I did that? So you'll remember it. It's reverse the fold. And then the only tricky part is you have to teach your brain to adhere your easel on the right fold. It's really easy to get a little bit discombobulated. I know this because I kind of did. Okay, so now I have got some, and I love how this color combination worked out. It's really black and white with pops of polished pink, Coastal Cabana, and some Misty Moonlight. and I think it's really cool. I was getting ready to put a white panel on this piece, and then I was like, no. And so I've had out a white DSP from the Pattern Play pack, and it was white with black polka dots, and I thought, nope, black with white polka dots would be totally cool. So let's go ahead and start doing some adhering. Hey Lenny, hi Karen, thank you, appreciate it. I love polished pink. I can't help it. I just do. And I really like how it turned out with Coastal Cabana. It's a nice cheery color, perfect for summer, perfect for spring. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to, I don't know if this is, I guess this is the frontish. We'll call it the frontish. Yeah. It's the middle-ish, frontish, panelish. There we go. Like so. And then I have got a few Coastal Cabana mats and some DSP. And all these measurements will be on my blog tomorrow. But basically it's 1 3/4 by 5 1/8, and then the mat is 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. Sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it? These are all familiar sounding iterations. If you recall, most of the time I make my matting 1/4 inch smaller both directions than my card base, and then I make the DSP or an inner liner or a card front, whatever that is, 1/8 inch smaller all the way around than the mat. So you get a little bit bigger frame and then a little smaller trim mat piece. I like how the 1/8 inch looks. Obviously it's not 1/8 inch on all sides. Well, never mind. You know what I'm saying, okay? Just listen to what I meant, not what I'm trying to say, because I really was messing it up. All right, now if you guys don't remember, this pattern party is a host exclusive DSP set in the annual catalog. So you can only purchase this with Stampin' Rewards, which means you either have to have a workshop where the total of the workshop, the retail total of the workshop is $150 or higher. Actually, for this, you need $18 in Stampin' Rewards, so it needs to be $180 or higher. Or you can place an order for $180 and buy it on your own self, all by your own self. All right, now I'm going to put these two on these two front panels, like so. And do try to kind of line up, because the Bermuda base sticks out. I mean, it's really kind of, it's bold. It's a bold thing. So you want it to be straight, and I do try to make it line up across the bottom and the top as best I can. If I don't, I do not panic overly, but I might panic just a little bit. Hey, Kathy from Noonan, how are you doing, kid? Good to see you on here today. Alrighty, now we'll put this on here, and then we're about ready to start assembling. Now, what I did is I cut a piece of basic white with the largest rectangle in the Stitched So Sweetly set, right? So, remember, this is my workhorse, really my workhorse. I love this set. If you don't have Stitched So Sweetly dies, just get them right now, okay? So I used this die set right here, this big rectangle, and I cut a basic white panel piece, die cut, doohickey, and I'm going to stamp this pretty big image from the Strong of Heart set in Tuxedo Black. Now you could also hedge your bets, put your white in your Stamparatus and then stamp like that, but I'm gonna just hang it out there and hope that I get a good image. And I have another die cut ready to go in case I don't. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna go straight down and hold a couple of 3 beats instead of rocking. Don't rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby, rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Okay, good thing I'm a card maker, not a singer, huh? Okay, we're gonna call that good. And then we're gonna do a little coloring right here. Now, I have my polished pink blends and a Coastal Cabana Stampin' Right marker. Why do I have a Coastal Cabana Stampin' Right marker? Because there's no Coastal Cabana blends. If there is, I couldn't find it in my stack, and I pretty much have all of them. So there you go. So I'm just going to color my leaves, Coastal Cabana. These are obviously tropical leaves because they're coastal cabana. See, they're from Hawaii. They're beach leaves. Yeah, that's why they're coastal cabana and not like green. I'm calling these green. Okay? It's stylized. It's my card. I can. Oh, fart knocker. Well, that was annoying. That was annoying. Really annoying. See, I was yakking and my brain, you know what happened? I'm going to tell you what happened, okay? I was thinking about Hawaii, and then I got to thinking about shave ice, and my brain wandered a little bit, and I remembered how much I love shave ice. And then I stuck my big hand in the tuxedo black. Yeah. And then I smudged it, which is apparently why I had already pre-cut another die. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to stamp it like that, and then I'm setting it aside to let it dry. Because what have I told you? The cardinal rule that I just failed miserably. Tuxedo black takes a little extra time to dry, as do many of the dark colors. The cherry cobblers, the rich razzleberries, the blackberry blisses, those kinds of colors take a little longer to dry. So give yourself the time. So while we wait, why don't I, get a piece of cardstock, which I have not cut. So here's what I did. I was all excited today. I don't know why, but I decided midday that I was so ready for my card to be, I thought I had my card completely done, and I totally did not. But I did not realize that until about 10 after 6. And so I had to do a very fast regroup, and that meant I needed to do a lot of coloring so that you guys wouldn't have to watch me color. And then I apparently forgot to do all of my card cuts. So there you have it. There you go. And now I'm cutting a piece of and I just lost my train of thought completely. Okay, there we go. Jiminy Christmas, Mary. What are you doing, kid? Yes, that's true. I'm goofy. Let me double check this before I stamp it. You guys don't even, I've gone completely off the rails, just so you know. Okay, so it's just a piece of basic white that I'm going to use for the back. And I'm going to stamp it in Coastal Cabana. And then I'm going to put a couple of little hearts in polished pink. And then I'm going to put this paper around it. So let's go ahead and do that while that dastardly tuxedo black dries. Just saying. So I'm using this through struggle comes strength. I really, really like this sentiment. I'm not sure why. I do actually believe this, but I really like it. Now remember, I'm going to do what I tell myself to do. When you use a new one of the clear, which means not clear, now called cling, when you use one of these red rubbers, always, if you can, give yourself a pre-stamp so that you can make sure that, one, you're getting a good image and you don't have like a dimensional stuck somewhere. Two, that it goes as straight as you think it is, because the etching on the rubber tells how straight things are going to be, and how good a job you did with putting the sticker on is the second indication. So it looks like I'm good. I am too far from my microphone. I'm sorry, I'm standing right by my microphone. Well, I was, because I had to move away to cut a piece of cardstock. That is true. I did get away for just a minute. All right, so I'm just going to put this right in the middle, and once again, hold it, hold it, hold it, and we're done. Good. We'll take that, and then I'll put a couple of the little hearts that are part of the, I know you do, kid. All right, this little heart is in the set, and I'm going to stamp it in. Make sure I don't still have tuxedo black on my hand. A little bit of polished pink next to this. Like so. Oh no. Well, that's what the other side is for. Jiminy Christmas. Do you ever have a day like that? Yeah. Also, just so you know, I totally did not rock that. And Jeanne, I used to skip the labels. But once they transition to the new formula, and especially given that I do these videos, I got some feedback that it was a lot easier for folks to see what I was doing when those stickers were on. So I started doing it, and once I did it, I was hooked on being able to know really easy where my upside right was. Okay, so we're just gonna stamp that, and we're gonna do one more. Everybody hold your breath. Whew. Okay, got it. Hello, Lynn. Alrighty, I'm so happy that you joined us for Sunday breakfast and coffee. That is cool. All right, so we'll just mat this on Coastal Cabana. Isn't it good that we have two sides to cardstock? That's so handy. I don't know how Stampin' Up! Knew that I was going to screw up, but that scared me right then. I was putting this on, I was like, oh, it's upside down. And then I thought, wait, don't panic, Mary. It's only upside down for a minute, but there's no way I'm going to put this on the card base right now. Now, this is one of the patterns in the Pattern Party DSP. This is what it looks like before you color. It's this on the back. And what I did is I used my polished pink Stampin' Blends to color this. Okay, so it was really, really technical. I colored them all with the light, and then I used the dark one to go back and scribble over where Stampin' Up! Had already put those shading marks. So, you know. All right, ink small stamps and add another uninked small stamp for balance. Ink small stamps and add another uninked. Oh, yeah, I see. To keep from inadvertently rocking. Very good tip. Did y'all catch that? So what Kathy was saying is, if you have a little stamp, a little image like this, it's very easy to rock without even knowing it. So put this on that's inked, and then stick another little stamp next to it that doesn't have ink, so that it'll kind of balance it and help you not rock. So that's a very good tip. Thank you. Very good tip indeed. Okay, so we're just going to mat this, and I'm really just kind of buying a little time here so that my Tuxedo Black ink can really get dry. I'm feeling a little gun shy right now. Okay. We'll give it a little blow. And then I'm going to turn it this way so that my hand is not over the ink. I'm not taking any chances here, people. Not taking any chances. Okay, so once again, I am now attempting for the second time to color my little leaves with my Stampin' Right marker in Coastal Cabana, which I know you all have because you listen to me when I tell you should have Stampin' Right markers in every color that you have ink. And you should also have the refills. That way, if you make an error or you get a bad stamp, you can go back and fix things with the appropriate color. It took me probably a year after I started stamping to realize that that was something that I should be doing. So I'm helping you out. Don't learn like I did, which was slowly. Just learn what I did by me just telling you that. Okay? If you buy an ink pad, buy the refill and the Stampin' Right marker at the same time. Just saying. Okay, so I'm going to use the bullet end of my polished pink blend, and I'm going to color the field. So basically I'm flooding this image. And the Tuxedo Black is good. I mean, they all are, but Tuxedo Black is good about keeping the color in. But, you know, still don't get too jiggy with your blend. Blends can blend a little bit, like as in run. And so now I'm just coloring these two little petals. And I did a little edge around the bigger petal, just to give it a little depth. And I'm back with light. And back with dark. And just around the edge like that. Back with the light to blend it a little bit. All of a sudden, and I know this is like not Stampin' Blend advanced drawing, coloring by any stretch of the imagination, but it works. And it just puts a little bit of color in, a little bit of shading. Have I mentioned that I really want Stampin' Up! To come up with a stamping blend for every single color we have? Apparently they're not listening because they're not going very fast in that area. Just saying. Isn't this the prettiest image? I love, love, love this stamp set. I really do. See, you can, on this bigger one, you can kind of see my very artistic technique. Don't know why I said technique like that. Hey Karen, appreciate you joining. But I did say technique. Okay, so you can see it got a little bit of shading. Oh, now see, that'll get me messed up. Dark and dark. Okay, okay. Now, to make our easel, what we're gonna do is, remember, we're going to be on the top panel, and I'm gonna use about half, I'm gonna put it about halfway up the panel like that, okay? And really what I'm gonna do, let me show you a little trick. I've got it where I want it. Actually, I want it down just a little bit, like right about there, okay? So watch what I'm doing. I'm putting my thumb where I want the glue to stop, okay? So I'm just gonna take it off just like that, and then I'm gonna add glue down to my thumb, like that, okay? So you can see I marked it with my thumb, very technical, and then I'm down to where that thumb is. And now I'm going to stick it back on the panel, like so. And just hold it, make sure it's as straight and as even side to side as you can get. Because nothing worse than, you know, looking at it and going, what in the world, what in the world, what in the world? All right, now you do have to watch me color just a little bit. I've got a little strip here. It's 7/8 of an inch wide by 5 1/8 inch long. And I'm going to color these flowers. I knew you would be fascinated by my technique for coloring these flowers. I mean, watch closely, because it's pretty important that you see how to do this so that you do it right. Now I'm doing it wrong because I recommend that you turn the paper and push your tip, and I am using the brush tip on there, push your tip up against the line from behind it instead of trying to go like over it like this. It's hard because the brush tip will actually, you know, lay down a little bit, and you can get yourself in a place where you have to redo your drawings, your colorings, okay? So don't be like me and have to do this 12 or 15 times. Just turn the paper as you're going so that you always have the image at the top. Now, if you are a lefty, that may not be quite as accurate, but I think it is. So adjust accordingly so that you get your coloring done without getting blend everywhere. Obviously you can use the color lifter, but I promise you it's easier to just not color outside the lines unless that's your intent to start with. But you can kind of get a little bit busy with the inner part of the flower and then just fix the tips like so. And you'll be glad, aren't you glad I'm only doing the inch one and not the huge one? The first time I made this card, I wasn't entirely sure how big of a panel I was going to use. So I was like coloring bunches of flowers, and I thought, my goodness, you can't do this. You'll never get done. You'll never get done. You'll never get done. And then I said, oh, I only need 1.25 inches. Come on. Anybody can do that. And then I thought, oh, I only need 7/8 of an inch for the inside. Therefore, I'm using it because it was so pretty with the black. Okay, so I've got everything. Uh-oh, who's forgot what time it is? Internet's, oh, I'm sorry, Julie. It may be that you've just got a bad connection. Okay, so now I'm going to take the dark polished pink, and watch this. Boy, this Van Gogh level stuff right here. I'm really kind of just scribbling the blend over the marks that Stampin' Up! Has made. Now, what I'm going to have to do is have a drink or I'm going to have a coughing fit. Whew, that was close. That was close, you guys. You don't even know. Alright, so we'll just finish that off. And then we'll be pretty much ready to just assemble and call it a night. Won't you be glad? You'll be like, dang, Mary, you should have colored all that stuff before you came in. Alrighty. Master's level, of course. Yes, I know. I am a master. Fill in everything. Dark around the edges. Blend. Done. Yes, I am a master colorer. Alright, and then we're just going to mat that on a piece of Coastal Cabana. And this, what we've just made here, is our easel stopper. Okay, so when you make an easel card, you need an easel stopper. And this is my easel stopper. Uh-oh, I got a little piece, a little bit of, hold your breath, everybody. Okay, whew, that could have been bad. Whenever you make an easel card, you need to have a stopper. And that is what this is going to be. And so what I'm going to do is put some black Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this. And then we're going to pop it up on this panel. I'll tell you what I am going to do first. In order to make easel cards stand up like you want, it's really important that you have a good, good fold, good creased fold everywhere. So I'm going to make sure that one is good and creased. Make sure this one is good and creased. And that ought to do it. I can fix that later if I need to. Okay, so then what you want to do is you just want to kind of lay this on and get an idea where it needs to go. And how do you know where it needs to go? Well, it's completely up to you, however you want, where you want your easel to stand. Okay, so I think I want it about there. So here's another tip. Use the false loop. No, use your grid paper. So you can see I've got the bottom, I've put my card right on here, and then I've got the bottom of my easel stopper on this line right here. Okay, so that way I know where to put it, but you do have to kind of keep your card still. Duh. Okay, so now I'll just pull off my little dimensionales. My dimensionales. Thank you, Carol. Yes, a drink makes me think everything is better. Oh, Susan, yay, you made the pinwheels. So much fun. I'm glad. Okay, so now I'm just going to line that up, the bottom corner with my little pink dot, and this corner with my little pink dot. And then the final test of straightness is the edges of your cardstock right there like that. So, does it look straight? Yeah, it looks pretty straight. There we go. Okay, I have one more piece. I stamped a sentiment in Coastal Cabana, and I cut it with the adorable little die. Okay, this is the second die set that if you don't have it, just go get it right now. Stitch So Sweetly, Tasteful Labels. Get them right now. They're awesome. I used this little die right here. I get pretty stitching around the edges, and that is so handy. So then I'll take some dimensionals, and I'm using white in this case. And I'm going to use 3. Thank you, Carol. Appreciate that. I'm going to use a 3 like that and put it across my little heart. And I'm going to use my tweezers because I can. And I'm going to make my card straight and my head straight and hopefully my sentiment straight. There we go. Okay, now we'll go ahead and put these on, and I've turned it this way. So this is going to be my sentiment and this is going to be my decorated panel. So we'll just put those on. Yay, Carol, that's awesome. Thanks, Carol. I do love this set. I hope everybody will get it, not only because it's beautiful, but because it'll support a good cause. And how is that not just a winner chicken dinner? You get a great set and you support a good cause? Yes, please. And then we'll put our sentiment on the bottom panel. Like, oh, did you see that? I almost put it on wrong side down. Okay, there we go. Whew. That was a close one. Now, if you aren't like me and have not run out of polished pink in colored gems, put a couple of those around because everything's better with gems, and maybe one up here. But right now, what we have is this pretty easel card. It's really hard to show this to you without it falling down, but that's how it would sit up for your recipient. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so let's go ahead and quick like a bunny decorate our envelope, because what's the hashtag? No naked envelopes. No naked envelopes. All right, I'm going to put a couple of the little hearts. I'm going to put a couple of the little hearts on the front, like so. And by a couple, I mean 3, 2.5. That's fine. But since I follow my own advice and have a Stampin' marker for every color of which I have ink, I'm just going to kind of fix this right here like that. That's why you want to have them, folks. Just throwing it out there. You're welcome, Susan. I'm glad that you liked it. And then I'm going to put some of the Misty Moonlight paper on the envelope flap. And that is going to do it. We will be done, and only like 3 minutes longer than I planned. It was the double whammy of not having my one piece of cardstock cut and sticking my big hand in the tuxedo black. That did not help. And we'll just do a little quick fussy cut here. Y'all just remember the DSP sale is still going on, but it ends on the 2nd, so don't lose out, man. Or actually, I think it ends on the 31st. I'll have to check that. Regardless, it's running out soon, okay? So don't miss out on 15% savings, okay? Get that right now. Good girl. There you go. All right, and there you have it. An easel card of intense beauty, thanks to the Strong of Heart stamp set. Put this on your list, y'all. 3 August is right around the corner. Alrighty, I hope to see you next week for my YouTube video. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a great start to your week. Thank you so much, y'all. Bye-bye.